So good morning. This is a super special day for me and here at the office of Maggi Realty. We're with new mayor of Miami Shores, Jerome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I appreciate. I know you're super busy. When were you elected? It's been a couple months now.
I was elected in April, this year.
Okay, welcome. And you were sitting in the council last year.
It was my first time into politics was 2023, and I had a 2-year term.
Okay.
So then we're on a cycle of every 2 years. We're a manager strong government, meaning that we pay the village manager a salary to take care of the day-to-day. And the residents, who are essentially the owners of the village, elect a board to do what they feel. The manager makes the day-to-day decisions.
Okay. And I know you're a longtime resident. Your family.
47 years.
47 years.
In the Shores, and I'm a Miami native.
We've been talking about the rec center and the field house and just revamping that, and the country club. Mm-hmm. So if you can point us to the direction of what's going on. I know there's a lot behind the scenes, but just...
No, to sum it up, this council, along with the previous one, has tackled the comp plan, and then after the comp plan, we've put, I'll just number them off, I'll do it. Master plans in progress. So septic to sewer conversion, which one of the projects is happening in Shores Estates, which affects about 100 homes in the northeast corner.
Sorry to interrupt. Is that an ongoing project that you see that's going to happen?
It's happening. It's already.
Okay.
If you go to the neighborhood, the heavy equipment's already there, and the residents there was a meeting in the neighborhood just last week by Public Works and the neighbors coming out. So that project, long awaited. It's the first project. I just told you that we have a stormwater master plan. Somebody would say, well, how are you doing a project before a plan? The reason that was it's a different sewer system. It's even though the county does wastewater, that particular neighborhood had a main line very close to it, and the residents themselves had asked for it, and it's the one that's susceptible, one of the ones that is susceptible to sea level rise, that meaning that their tanks won't work. Okay. So that's why it was chosen first. We were granted money in the last cycle of money from the state of where there was $21 million for the whole state. Miami Shores in grant money, and one major project to it was awarded $7 million. Okay. So phase 2 will be east of 10th Avenue at the southeast corner, and then we'll work our way by project when the master plan comes out. And then on top of that, another master plan is stormwater, which is a separate thing. So one is moving water up the street, the other one's moving water from your house. And then the parks master plan.
So there's a lot going on.
So the parks master plan, we hired an outside consulting firm from Indiana to assess overall the needs and wants. Hopefully the residents have actively participated in it. It's been up on the website. There is a website for it to keep abreast of. They should be here in the fall giving an update of where they're at with that. That one, like you said, then what happens with the field house, the rec center, that'll be talked about. And then the other one you mentioned, the golf course. Yes, the golf course and country club is, as a community, we own it, but it's been managed by a third party for 30 years. The gentleman who did that, his company, it's called Professional Course Management. They notified the Miami Shores about 5 years ago that they didn't ask for a 10. They would just do single. Well, this year we're on the last of our single, meaning that the village is out there looking for a new management company for the golf course. That's our priority number one. With that said, as a business, a part of it, we're taking that on for the first time. In the past, it was a P3. We're going to take it on. Well, we're going to create a enterprise fund. Mm-hmm. So like you told me you got your letter from that. Well, garbage is an enterprise fund. The golf course is going to be created as an enterprise fund, meaning that the improvements that'll do it, the onus is on the government to prove that it can pay for itself. That's the same thing with solid waste. So with that said, we're at the point of looking for a new management company. PCM's contract, the yearly one, ends on October 31st, and they've agreed to sign a month-to-month till we find a new replacement, which would take us to May 1st. Okay. So it's a high priority with the council to get that done. There is a caveat, and with it is we need to renovate we've had people asking to renovate the clubhouse and also renovate as a business, the golf course needs to be renovated. Mm-hmm. Every 13 years or so, you do bunkers, greens, and tee boxes. This one goes a little bit beyond because because of sea level rise, we have some holes that are susceptible to it. So we were redesigning it. We hired an outside consulting firm and they did a drawing for us to add water elements to the golf course and move earth. There's a partner that's interested. If you're renovating it, we have an old structure. It's called the Southwater Water Management District. They have a salinity structure on the canal right there. We use it to cross over from one side of the golf course to the other. They're looking to upgrade their facilities and they're looking to put a pump station in.
Okay, great. Let me ask you, we were talking behind cameras that there's 11,000 residents in Miami Shores.
Approximately.
Out of those, how many are registered voters?
About 7,000.
And how many people actually go to, hearings and events and actually vote out of those?
The voting, when I was elected in 2023, I received 1,400 votes, and that was more than any mayor had gotten in the history of the village, and I finished third. So if it's activated, there's been discussion in the community about why is it a special election? Why don't we move it to November and get a bigger voter turnout? There's two things with that with me. Statistics don't really change. More people voting, outcome doesn't change. You do get more people activated, obviously. But the reason why it's a special election is when we do it then, it's one district, one voting place, and it's nonpartisan. We have a nonpartisan form of government. So, if you put it in November, a local person will have to ask and answer to state and national issues, which I think most people who live here just want their local government to take care of them.
Sure.
So.
And don't want to put you on the spot, but this is just a question that I have.
Okay.
What would you like to see from the residents of Miami Shores? I know a lot of people are not involved, right? And then when they get a bill, I'm in a group moms, and there's 600 moms from the Shores in that group, and we all got the letter that obviously we need the fund for solid waste, blah, blah, and everybody was complaining, right? And so somebody called the council member and he explained it, and she actually put that on the group chat as well. And it made total sense.
Right.
But I think a lot of these things happen because people are not involved and they don't get informed. At the end of the day, it was only $150 a year per household.
Right.
Which is not a big deal, right? And being a resident of Miami Shores for the past 20 years, solid waste, public works,
right.
It's really amazing.
You're right. It was solid waste, and then it's solid waste, and then bulk trash pickup. And then you look at the surrounding communities and what the benefit that is and what that is to your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that increase. And even the explanation that Mr. Valensky has is right. For the most part, he's 99% right as a council member. The village manager is, the expert on it, and he's the one guiding us through this process. Like we talked just earlier about enterprise fund means that the fund pays for itself. Mm-hmm. So we as a council, yes, we'll take it, but the better thing is that we communicate. As a council, we're working on better ways of communication. I know people's lives are busy, but just every council meeting, whether you attend it in person, is live streamed. It's not a perfect live stream, but it is live streamed.
Live streamed through the website.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Meaning that, and the other thing, as leadership goes, one of the things I would like to do with my council members, again, I'm one of 5, is maybe what could help is that we have a calendar where you see what the year is.
Yeah. And
then you could look at it. We don't right now have that. An agenda comes up and the agenda is set on a Wednesday. And the meeting's on a Tuesday. 2 of those days are a weekend. So if you think about it, even for a resident to prep for, there's some wonkiness I'm admitting there's some wonkiness to the structure of our government, and we can work on that. But for the residents, it depends on your mode. The website is always updated.
Yeah.
The newsletter does come out. It's not always as timely as what comes up in the calendar. It's just up to the residents to stay informed. Now, if we get feedback that I would like push notifications, I still think even better than email, I still think everybody has a smartphone. And if the community wants to be part of a notification system, we could do that.
I think that will be amazing. Some sort of social media. I know you guys have social media, but it's not really like anything, right?
It's government social media.
Yes. So no, and I agree. And that's why I have these sort of platforms, right? And also what you're saying, I mean, people complain, but they don't get informed. So it's very easy, and that's just human nature, right? You complain before you get informed. Once you get informed, you're like, oh, that totally makes sense. I mean, living here for so many years, I mean, besides being a realtor, everything that Public Works does, I mean, when I have people that move into homes, and then they're like, oh, we left all these couches, we left things outside. They're like, what's going to happen? I said, no, we have bulk pickup. It's going to come every 2 weeks, I think. Every 2 weeks, twice a month. They'll come and pick it up. People think that that's amazing when they move to somewhere else. So that's keeping the values up, right? By keeping the values up, then you're raising the home values. By raising the home values, guess what? You're paying more taxes. And part of the taxes should go back to government as well, right?
Right. I mean, even the tax structure, one of the things for the village, when you look at ad valorem, the county assesses the 0.6 on it, and then we do our additional, and that's because the county takes that. Now, other municipalities are fortunate or unfortunate, depending on what your lifestyle is that they have other means to collect taxes. I'll give you an example: Bal Harbor. So somebody looks over at Bal Harbor. There's only one little portion of that as single-family homes.
Yes.
They also have a mall. They also have hotels, which get bed tax money. So you look at Bal Harbor on the thing, it's like, wow. And it also takes how long to get there. I mean, it's fine if you just want to stay in your house, but try to leave Bal Harbor. But anyway, with that said, I mean, that's why the balance is. Now, obviously, the council is always looking at ways that how can we take some of the burden off of the residents so that it's, yes, the county's taking that their 66%. How can we mitigate that and do what other communities are doing? So the council's always looking for ways, to make our government more efficient and find ways so that we can run the government that we want and the people can raise their families the way they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So. Before that, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I know you're super busy. I'm very excited. Thank you for serving. It's a lot what you guys do, and it's a lot what you deal with, because dealing with different I mean, I deal with a lot of people all the time, but you deal with a lot of people. So I can never do what you do. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it takes a special human being, and thank you so much. And again, people get involved, right? Don't complain, right? People complain. Stop complaining, get involved. If you get involved and you get the resource, then you can complain. But if you don't know what's going on, please don't. That's a disservice to this amazing community. My last two questions are, what's your special place in Miami Shores that's dear to you? It could be anything. And who would you recommend as our next guest on this platform?
Okay. The first one, it's a low-hanging fruit, obviously, but our Bayfront. Yeah. Our Bayfront has, public access and the benches and just a spectacular view of the bay. What I love telling people is what they call billionaire bunker looks at us.
Yeah.
So we get to look at them. Recommendation for another guest. There's a resident, a local expert on architecture is Beth Dunlap. Beth Dunlap would be one.
That's fine. I can get to know her.
Yeah, no.
I'm very friendly.
Well, she came from the beach and she's in her 80s, but it's one of those things where you get to, and she wrote for many publications on architecture. Okay. And she's civically active, and she's one of those ones that you do want to preserve. Like if you had the opportunity to have Marjorie Stoneman Douglas and somebody recommended, could you have her? Well, you would want it, and then you have a recording of it and that. She's that special to South Florida, and she's a gem here.